Hey everyone, how's it going? Azren here. Hope you guys are doing well. Yes, I know, same clothes, all the same clothes here as the last video. I'm shooting two in the same day because I had two videos come to me, or two video ideas come to me. I want to get them out on camera before I forget. Now, I want to talk about self-teaching or self-taught language learning today. In other words, I want to talk about people who go out to teach themselves a language versus taking classes versus finding a teacher, etc. Because I think there's a lot of pros and there's a lot of positives to doing that, and I think there's some negatives, there's some pitfalls, there's some things you should be very careful of. Now, here's a couple of things. First and foremost, what comes to mind on this topic is this. I think the huge plus, the thing that I love about self-teaching is that usually it's way cheaper, if not free. There's so many great resources on YouTube and Google and on Instagram, everywhere. So many amazing resources that you could learn so much about a language without paying a single dollar or a single penny. Like, it's amazing. Especially, by the way, now that I'm thinking about this, especially, by the way, if you're from a country where maybe your currency is worth a little bit less than where most teachers are from. So if most teachers are, let's say a lot of teachers are from the USA, and you are from India or you are from Brazil, like, your currency is worth less, and so it just naturally can be more expensive to actually try and figure out how to take classes. So for a lot of people, self-teaching is actually probably the most practical method. The one thing I would say is this. Sometimes I actually think there's some value in being a little bit more entrepreneurial in your self-teaching methods. What I mean by this is that I'm shocked, I'm actually a little bit surprised. Not surprised, actually, it's not true. But I would encourage people to do more of this. Why not go online, find a list of X number of teachers that teach online, okay? There's lots and lots of online teachers for all sorts of languages. Why not go online, email or message 500 of them, and ask them, hey, I'm learning English right now, I'm learning Spanish right now, I'm learning X language. Funds are a little tight, I don't have a ton of money, I would love to be able to get some sort of value I'd love to be able to get some sort of teaching from an actual teacher. I was wondering if I could steal 30 to 60 minutes of your time. And it's free, like, you're not paying them. If you email, I'm telling you, if you email 500 to 1,000 people, I'm telling you, 100 of them, 50 of them, 30 of them will say, sure, what the heck, let me give you half hour of your time. Heck, people ask me, if you were to send me a message, people still do send me messages. I don't always say yes, because I'm pretty busy, but you don't know. You might catch me in a mood where it's like, sure, why not? Let's hop on, let's chat, let me give you some help, right? If you do that 500, 600, 700, 800 people, that's a lot of hours of actual teaching from good teachers, from often professional teachers, university teachers, from very skilled people that's going into your language learning, and you haven't paid anything. Like, that's crazy, right? Because I think you could save a lot of time. I think for self-taught language learners, there's often a lot of wasted time because you are trying to learn concepts, you're trying to learn grammar points, you're trying to learn some pronunciation points, you're trying to learn things without having a guide. It's like trying to climb a mountain and you've never climbed before and there's no one to show you to the top, so that you're wasting a lot of time trying to find the best pathway. But if you can get some teachers to actually give you some of their time, you could probably cut down on a lot of the wasted time to get to the top of that mountain. On the same token, actually, now that I'm thinking about this just came to my mind now, why not do an interesting trade? By the way, you should be hitting me up on these. I love these kinds of trades. What do I mean? Why don't you do a trade? Hey, can I take 30 minutes of lessons from you for free, but I will actually share on my Facebook page about your lessons? Why not? Or here's another one. Hey, will you give me an hour of your time, and I don't know, I will, maybe you've got a skill, maybe you know how to edit videos, you've got another skill set, and I'll actually edit some videos and create some videos to help you market your online business. You can get a lot of free teaching without actually paying money by trading other things. Trading is a phenomenal thing. So all in all, one of the big things I'm saying here is, even if you're self-taught, often people will say, I'm self-taught, so I don't have a teacher, right? I'll teach myself, which is fine. Go ahead. That works for so many people. It's amazing. However, I want to encourage you guys and kind of make a point here to go, just because you're self-taught, why, or just because you don't have a lot of money, or just because you don't want to spend the money for whatever reason, why not still get a teacher, but trade something different? Like, why not? It doesn't need to be money. You can pay in other ways. I would do it if you offered me the right things. I'll tell you right now, I would do some teaching with people if they offer me exposure. They go, hey, Azren, I'll share on Facebook, I'll share on my Instagram, I'll share my videos. Like, I'll actually share and try and help you promote and find students. Done. Any day. And I would even maybe, I don't know, I'm just talking out loud, I would maybe even pay you a little bit to do that, because then you can take some money and you can actually start to invest some of that money into your own education and into your own learning, right? So that's an option. So you can trade exposure, you can trade different services, so many interesting trades to be done to get free teaching from experienced people. So that's a big thing that comes to mind. I think the other thing, man, so much stuff on my mind on self-teaching, wow. Another one is that you need to be mindful, you need to make sure you've got resources to help you practice conversation, right? That's something people often miss. They do lots of listening, lots of video watching, lots of podcast listening, lots of reading, lots of that, but they're usually, in many cases, there's not a lot of speaking going on. And so these people, these self-taught learners, often are extremely good listeners, can understand well, can often read well too, but communicating their thoughts is actually usually challenging. So doing things like, heck, start a YouTube channel called My Journey to Learning English. I think, what's his face? A Brazilian friend, Esteban. I don't know if to say your name, man, but anyway. Esteban, he's actually got a channel doing that, right? You could probably create a really interesting story around that and actually put content out that forces you to use it. You could do language exchange partners from italki. You could use HelloTalk. You've got lots of options to be able to practice your speaking, but you need to make sure that is a fundamental core pillar, a core piece of your self-taught language learning journey, to make sure that you're not losing that. It's not going by the wayside. It's not something you're missing out on. So that's a big piece, right? I think the other piece that's hard if you're not in a class per se, if you're not taking a more traditional route and you're teaching yourself, is accountability. It's really, sometimes it can be hard to force yourself to study something. And I feel right now, since I'm the one leading and driving, what was that? Oh, and driving my Chinese learning, for example, especially Gujarati is self-taught for me right now. And there's like that motivation piece that's sometimes missing. So having accountability really helps. My accountability is that my life is on camera. I put out so much freaking content that I know that over time, if I don't work on something, someone that's watching this somehow is gonna realize, wow, a year and a half ago, Azren's working on this. He keeps saying he's working on it, but man, he hasn't improved at all. So that's my accountability. I always have that in my head. It really helps. But you need some sort of accountability system to really to really make sure you study and really are putting in all the time that's needed to learn the language you're learning. So, I think that's everything I want to say. Obviously, actually, I've got a lot more on my mind I could say on the topic about lots of thoughts. But I think we'll close it off there so this video is not too long. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.